Hi, under the chapter of communication and networks, today we are going to see about a network device, that is switch. So, switch is a network device that is used for the segments and networks into a different subnetworks, that is subnets or LAN segments. Here, what is the function of switches? It will receive the message and send the message to only to the targeted audiences, and the switch will respond both filtering and forwarding the packets between the LAN segments based on the MAC addresses. How the switch will send and receive the message only to the targeted audience means, based upon their MAC address verification, they can send the packets to their particular LAN segments. This is the one of the diagrammatic example of switch, that how different devices on the network that are connected to the switch using their ports. Here, these devices can share the data to other devices used on their MAC address. Switch has many ports. In the previous slide we have seen there is a many ports are there. Many LAN segment devices are connected to the different ports. So switch have many ports. When data arrived at any one of the port, the destination address is first examined first. How they are examining the destination address means by using their MAC address and during some checks, and then they can proceed to the devices, that is the packets has been delivered to the destination. And here this type of communication that switch support is, that is unicast, that is one-to-one communication, multicast, one-to-many communication, broadcast, that is many-to-many communication devices. And we all know that switch may operate at the data link layer. Other than that, the switch may also operate at one or more layers of the OSI model of data link layer, network layer and transparent layer. So, a device that simultaneous at one or more layers, that is more than one layer, is said to be as a multi-layer switch. Here, the switch that operates not only in the data link layer but also in the network layer, transport layer, etc. Likewise, the device that operates more than one of these is said to be as a multi-layer switch. Here, the device that interconnects at the layer 3 is said to be as a router. In this, we are going to see what are the devices used in the different layers of OSI layers. That is in layer 1. Here, it is a physical layer. We using the hub, or it should be as an layer 1 switch. In OSI layer 2, at the data link layer, we are using the switch, that is a bridge or NICs. In the layer 3, that is a network layer, we are using the router. It is also said to be as an layer 3 switch. Into 4 to 7, from transport layer to application layer, we are using the multi-layered switch, that the device that perform one or more layer of OSI model is said to be as an multi-layer switch. So, layer 2 of switch, that is in data link layer, the network bridge, that is the switch, will interconnect the small number of devices in a home or at an office. Here, it will find the MAC address of the each connected devices. Why it's finding the MAC address means, it will perform a function called store and forward. That is, it will first store the frames in their switch buffer and verify each frames before forwarding it. So, it will perform error checking before forwarding forwarding to the network frame, and it is highly reliable and slow. Next one is cut through function. First it is the store and forward. Next one is cut through function. Here in the cut through function means the switch only read up to the frames of hardware addresses, that is from where it is sent and where it should be transferred before starting it to forward. There is no error checking, and it will look up only to the destination and forward it, and it performs penalties. Next one is fragment free. That is, it checks only first 64 bits of the frame where the addressing information is stored. That is cut through. Same. Until the hardware address in the device reach ஆகணும்னு இருக்கோ அது வரைக்கும் மட்டும்தான் it will show the that is, it will read the addresses. Collision should be detected in then that the frame will not be forwarded. If there is any collision in that address, it will not forward the frame to the particular destination addresses. So next one is adaptive switching. In this method, automatically select between the other 3 modes. It will check and it will choose the any other 3 modes for adapted to that particular time. Here, the diagrammatic representation of switch, how the message is forwarded. First, when the message is transferred to the switch, it will send the message to all the three connected devices. Only it get response from the designated device that match to their MAC address. Once the switch get the response from the matched designated device, it will send the message or packets of frames to the particular device. This is the function of switch. Features of network switching. First one, it will operate at the data link layer of the OSI model, and we all know that it will perform error checking before forwarding the data frames. It transfer data only to the designated address, and it will operate in full duplex mode, that is both sending and receiving can be appeared at same time. It will allocate the LAN segment only at the limited bandwidth. And finally, we all know that it will use unicast, multicast and broadcast. Next, it will use packet switching technique, that is it will transfer the data in a frame of packets, that one packets can contain a bits of informations or messages. And here we all finally know that this switch has many number of ports. These are the basic features of a network switching. Thank you. Subscribe without fail for next updates.